One egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Dick piercing?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon. It's still sexy.
How could that be close and not be
Yeah, I'll
right?
just kill some random dude.
If you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for pig.
No, I can hate on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Plotty Time. I'm here, me, Poppascotch, with you, Sir Chump Slap.
Hey, it's me.
And, scheduling got the best of the podcast again, and now we got to do another movie we watched and talk.
You guys love this shit.
Watch and talk? We'll call it that. That's fun.
A watch and talk. Yeah.
Yeah. We've done this with classics like Double Dragon,
Mortal Kombat,
definitely.
Street Fighter.
Did we do Street Fighter?
I don't know. If we didn't, we should.
I agree. Hackers as a group. We did Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, yeah.
We're known to do things like this. Scientist couldn't make it. He is buying an island in the southeast.
The sky. Oh.
The sky? Okay. We got to get our lives on the same pages. We're way off. But like the title says, we both watched a Minecraft movie, and now we're going to talk about it. Now,
Oh, yeah.
You've played Minecraft. You've done this. You know a little bit about the lore.
Yeah, I know enough. I assume.
But you've played it, right?
Yeah, I've played through it. I beat it.
You can beat it? That was my first question.
Yeah, you got to beat the Ender Dragon.
Okay.
And then credits roll.
I think I've heard that before. I know nothing about Minecraft except what I've picked up through popular culture. Like, I know what a creeper is. You know, I get that. I know that there's pickaxes and torches.
Yeah. There you go. Diamonds.
Diamonds, sure. Steve, the guy. I don't know what he does or what his backstory is. We learn a bunch about him in the movie, but...
Yeah, I don't know if there's an official backstory. He's just a guy in Minecraft. I don't know. Just a player.
All right. Well, I have a billion questions about it.
Awesome.
Maybe you can answer, maybe not. But, it's like I don't understand any of the references, but I know when I see a movie moment that's like a callback to something.
Yeah.
You get the vibe like, oh, they're referencing something probably.
Yeah,
here.
because it's
That's
like
what that feels like.
a missed joke, but you're like, wait, that has to be a reference.
Yeah, they're focusing on this thing way too much. Like, that's got to be a game thing.
Exactly.
But I did like a bunch of the stuff. My favorite part is when they kill the piglets and they just turn into steaks, just like in the game. That's fun.
Yeah.
But we can get into it. This movie, it released very recently. What was it? April 4th, 2025? This might be the most recent one we've done.
Yeah, probably.
So far.
Just a couple months ago.
And took the internet by storm. I'll be 100% honest. I will keep it real, dog. That it looked bad. Looked real bad. Like bad.
Yeah, I don't know why I ever did watch it, but
I saw I don't even know if I saw the trailer. Maybe it was like a TV spot or an ad or something. And I'm like, wait, they're making a Minecraft movie with Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and it's about fucking Minecraft. Like, what is this? Like, what are we doing? Why? Why would it look so bad? And then they released that first image still with Jack Black and Jason Momoa.
yeah, and it still looks bad if you look at it today.
If you look at it too hard, it looks bad. But I ended up enjoying this more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's just like a classic feel-good kids movie.
It's a kids movie.
Yeah.
Like let's get that down. It is a kids movie. So there are moments where the jokes like are very childish or very stupid or very silly, and that's just the nature of the beast. That's just a kids movie. That's what they do.
Exactly.
But as time has gone on, you've seen it, Chump Slap. I've seen it. We've all seen it. These kids cartoon kids entertainment is getting more palatable and tolerable for adults.
Do you think it's getting more that way, or we're just seeing it more now?
Or we haven't grown up?
Because, I mean, kids' shows from back when we were kids, I assume it was still palatable for adults.
So
still had some jokes for them.
The only current reference I have, like I have not done any research about if old cartoons I used to watch hold up.
Yeah.
Would love to. I wish I had the time. But one I watched recently, I've mentioned in the podcast, was Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like people were railing lines right before they recorded their voices. They are screaming frenetic. Like I thought I was watching it at like the wrong frame rate. Like I thought it was sped up. Like this is fucking nuts. So I'm sure But, you know, that could have just been Beetlejuice. Like, I'm sure there was entertainment like that parents saw and go, fucking nope.
Yeah.
And then they watch stuff like the Turtles and they're like, this isn't that bad.
I think Ren and Stimpy was like that. I think a bunch of parents saw it and was like, why? This is gross and just weird.
Ooh, fun side question. What was the first time that happened to you where you saw something and you knew it was a comedy and you knew a bunch of people loved it and you're just like, I don't get it. I'm too old for this, or it doesn't make sense to me? My answer is Tim and Eric.
Really?
I have nothing wrong with them. I don't hate their humor. I've come to appreciate it more. But like when Tim and Eric's Super Show was out, I just didn't get it, man. Like I didn't get it at all.
It felt like it was a step beyond anti-comedy.
Yeah, I did not have the brain capacity to realize there were multiple layers working here. And there were like clips that got out on the internet that I'd find very funny, but just overall as a show, it was never anything I was interested in because I didn't get it. Like I saw it and I saw people laughing and I'm like, shit, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not computing.
I
don't get it.
I wasn't a big fan of their terrific show, great job, but their horror stories show, their bedtime stories or whatever the hell it was called. That was pretty good. It's wacky shit, like a guy who collects toes.
I think Tim Heidecker is a delightful weirdo.
Yeah. Eric Warheim is just a weirdo.
Right. But he was also great in Us. Like he acts, Tim Heidecker.
Yeah.
And he's good at it. He's not terrible at all. He's good.
No, you could see him in multiple different roles and he does a good job. He's not typecast as just the weirdo.
No. He gets, like in Us, he was kind of a dick, like a rich dude. Kind of a dick who just bought a boat. And then he played his Us version of himself, which was like what I would imagine a serial killer would approach that role. So great job doing both those parts. I just thought that was very impressive.
It's
hard. It's harder than it looks.
For real.
But let's get into a Minecraft movie because that's what the people are waiting to hear about. They want to hear our takes. They have not heard any other takes online at all.
No, I'm sure no one's told him anything about it.
No, it was directed by Jared Hess, probably most notably known for Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, okay.
Has this as this Midwest sort of like humor, which he supposedly has brought to this movie, which I'm not sure if I put that together. But anyway, the movie starts, and again, I know absolutely nothing about Minecraft, but the broad strokes.
Okay.
Like if I saw a screenshot, I'd be like, oh, that was Minecraft. Or I've seen like, not to belabor the point here, but I've seen very impressive sculptures and worlds that people have built in Minecraft that I'm sure took months, if not years.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kind of know what it's about, but not really. So we start with, look, I'm not a big fan of movies that start with, hey, here's the whole backstory of where we're at in this movie really fast.
Oh, yeah. They just mow through it in this one.
They just mow right through. Jack Black is Steve, and all he wanted to do was work in the mine and break some child labor laws. That's all he wanted to do.
Surprised they didn't let him.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, kid, get in there, lose an arm. Like, what are they going to do? Really? I think I'm siding with the adult already. And Jack Black feels he's super boring because he sells doorknobs, and he's like, who the hell sells doorknobs? What's the deal with this? And I don't, like, do we need to come after doorknob salesmen this hard? Like, they don't need to be catching strays out here.
Is that an actual job? I mean, I guess there has to be someone out there who's peddling doorknobs, but
I think they fall under like, what's the word for like the hardware in your kitchen? There's a word for it. Like the handles on the cabinets.
Right. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't remember either. There's probably a real name, and we're both in our 40s and should know that word, but we don't right now. So sorry.
Yeah. We're talking about doorknobs.
Yeah. Fixtures? No, that can't be it. That's like a faucet. Anyway, we'll get to it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And so lay off doorknob salesman. I think that's what I was talking about. So then this miner guy, the miner guy who stopped Jack Black, is that a thing? Like, was that a reference or a hint? Just some random old looking miner.
Yeah, I assume it was just, and he didn't age during the whole thing.
No, he didn't. And we're talking about a person who mines caves, caverns,
not an old,
holes in the ground, not a child.
Right.
I want to make that very clear.
And I don't know what they're mining here, but
no, the ground. Like, I don't know. Like, they're looking for diamond. I don't remember. Anyway, so Jack Black mined until he put two. He just kept mining, and he put two thingies together, and he opened a portal to the overworld, aka Minecraft world.
Yeah.
Now he made his own homes, and this is all like still the intro of him just voiceovering and flying through it. And he's like, I made a house, And then it was kind of shitty. Then I made a second house. It was a little bit better. And now a third one, and that's way better. And I feel like this is kind of mirroring a lot of people's start with the game.
Yeah, exactly. You just get in there, you just build a dirt hut for the first night until you can get more resources and build better stuff.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Yeah.
Like I know enough about Minecraft for that. But I thought it was very funny where he's like, everything's great until nighttime. Nighttime's terrifying and it happens every 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know you can just sleep in a bed and nighttime's gone.
Idiot.
Exactly.
And then he makes a wolf friend. I guess that's the thing you can do in the game is befriend.
Yeah, you just got to feed specific things to specific animals and they become friendly.
So what is a friend animal? Like what's that like?
I think you can get a horse that you can ride, or you can get a dog or a cat that's just like you can chill with. They stay at your home and stuff.
Okay, so some of them are like functional.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it. I had no idea. Maybe there is like a fighting mechanic in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, you can make swords and shit.
Right, of course. Pickaxes, swinging those around.
Right.
Because there are a lot of action sequences in here, and we're going to get to them because I have thoughts. So what am I talking about? Oh yeah, Jack Black. He, still in the intro, and I'm pretty sure, like in my notes, I wrote at this point, like, is this whole movie Jack Black on a green screen?
That's what I was thinking too.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It has to be, right?
Like maybe they made the ground that green color, but
Yeah,
everything
maybe.
else is CGI. Like this whole thing is animated.
Yeah. Well, except for the real world that they were in for like 10 minutes, but
That's a good point. That's shot as, I guess, real locations, but
it could be in a green screen too. I don't know.
watch it. Like that's the stuff that's in green screen, and the Minecraft stuff, they all built a set. The only thing in green screen is like the far off background that they do. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Maybe they did build a set. I don't know. I have to watch it behind the scennes or something.
Well, it's funny because I remember watching a behind the scenes thing for the movie Zodiac,
Right.
and they're like, you have no idea how many digital things are in this. I'm like, Zodiac? Why? And it was all like when they're going through the city of San Francisco, making streets like era appropriate, like buildings didn't exist
Oh.
when the movie was taking place, that sort of thing. So they'd like take out buildings in the background, stuff like that.
Oh, that's wild. That's got to be a fun job.
Right? That's gotta be hard.
Hell yeah.
AI is gonna do it all in like 10 minutes. So what?
Oh, yeah. What do we care?
Yeah. So Jack Black then found some shit to take himself to Purple Portal World.
Yes, this is a thing in the game. There's broken nether portals. That you can
Nether portals.
Yeah, you could just rebuild and go to the nether.
The Nether. That's right. That's what they refer to. And who is this leader of the Nether?
There isn't one in the game. I don't know why. They just made the Malgolja or whatever.
Malgosha.
Malgolja, yeah.
I had to write it down and I had to look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't recognize that. I mean, the character looked great. Like the animation's great.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the fact that Minecraft is kind of blocky and kind of cartoony looking from the get-go,
Yeah,
it's a lot easier to do the animation, right? Like,
exactly. It just lends itself to it.
like it's harder to make a T-Rex live in the real world than Minecraft animated characters live in the Minecraft animated world, right?
There
Like
you
it's-
go, yeah.
So as we go on here, she's Malgoja is the head of the place. She has the orb of, what the hell do they call it?
Dominance.
Dominant. I was gonna say destiny. I was pick a destiny. Jack Black. I
Oh,
see-
yeah.
the brains it's close. It's close. It's just not there. So she is trying to take over the overworld.
Right, to get more gold because pigmen love gold.
They love it.
That's like
Can't get enough. So they get out of the cell, Jack and the dog, Dennis, that he friended. And he attaches the orb to Dennis and he's like, go to Earth, leave it here, get out of here, don't come back. So that's that. Steve gets recaptured. Dennis goes to Earth to hide the orb. And then bam, movie title. So that was all just the intro.
Right.
It's like a 20-minute in movie crawl.
It sure was.
And then we get introduced to Garrett Garrison, played by Jason Momoa,
Great
rocking
character.
a Pontiac, I think. Is this a Grand Am? I think he's got.
I didn't look, but yeah, it's either that or Camaro.
I thought it was a Camaro, but then I saw the Pontiac. So I think it's
Maybe a Firebird?
oh, it could be one of those 80s muscle cars.
Yeah, I think he got it when he won the championship in '89.
Oh, I'm sure. That's pretty much his character. Like, I peaked in 1989. I kept that persona forever.
He's a
And
Sizzler
now it's-
spokesperson for a while.
Yeah, his name is the Garbage Man, Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. Why did they call him the Garbage Man again?
Because there's a move in Hunk City Rampage
Hunk
called
City
the Garbage
Rampage.
Toss, and he mastered it.
So he was Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. And I just wrote in my notes, he plays Hunk City Rampage at a professional level, ?
Yeah, he won the world championship.
So it's very much, I was going to say a Roy Munson scenario, but Roy Munson, I guess, never reached the peak when he was young.
Oh, no, yeah.
He just got Munsoned, and, you know.
We all know how that ended.
Yeah, he had it all. This guy had it all, and then he lost it, and now he runs a store and what looks like a vintage video game thrift store, I guess.
It looked like he was just selling whatever he could.
Like a pawn shop-ish thing, which makes sense of why he buys storage units.
Right, exactly.
And this is our connection between Steve. Wherever the dog dentist hid the orb, it got sent to this storage locker. Jason Momoa bought the storage locker. He now has the orb.
Yeah.
He didn't get the Atari he wanted.
No, the 78 Atari Cosmos.
Which he paid $900 for that, I think. The storage unit.
He expected to flip that Atari for what, couple grand, I guess, to get out
At
of the
least.
fiction.
I don't think I've ever even heard of the Atari Cosmos. Is that a real thing?
I don't know. I was going to look it up, but I forgot.
Yeah, we don't need to look it up. It's fine. You guys, tell us in the comments.
Yeah. So Steve's been missing for years now at this point.
Has it been years?
I think he said he's been playing in Minecraft World for years, and his shit's been taken out of his house and thrown in a storage unit. So
Right.
I don't know.
But as he's leaving, his car breaks down, and we find out we're in Chugless, Idaho, which is a great name. Is that from the game? That can't be.
No.
Okay, because I totally believe that absolutely nothing of note has ever happened in Chugless, Idaho.
They make good potato chips, I guess.
I guess. We meet these two kids. It appears their parents are out of the picture. Their mother has recently passed.
Yeah, I assume
And-
she was a single mother from the family photo and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Natalie appears to be a young woman, late teens or early 20s, who now has parental control over Henry, her younger brother, who he's got to be like 12-ish.
I don't know.
You know, I don't know either how young children are.
I'd assume it's like, 12, 13, just by the way the bullies talked.
Yeah, and he was definitely like a kid.
Yeah.
He's definitely younger than the Stranger Things kids, I'll tell you that. Feels weird looking up his age. Let's say he's 13.
Let's say 13.
12, 13, whatever. They get to this house. They meet the real estate agent, Danielle, I believe is her name. Or is that
I
her
think
real
it's
name?
Dawn.
Dawn. Danielle's her real name. Danielle Brooks. She was in Orange is the New Black.
Oh, right.
Because I saw her and I'm like, I know her from somewhere.
Yeah, she has one of those faces, very familiar.
And she's very funny. She's great.
Yeah.
And so she meets Dawn. She has an alpaca in the car. And this is where I'm putting together this whole movie's just like so random, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is why it's a kid's movie. There's a fucking alpaca in the car, and later there's different animals. And anyway, Henry, new kid in town, goes into Garrett's store, and there's a little too
Before
much talk
school.
about before school. And so, like, I guess he's open at 7 a.m. But there's lots of talk here about a young man's scent and how he should find his scent.
Yeah, because Natalie bought him a cologne or something, and it's like, kids are really up on this signature scent these days. And she sprays this cologne on him, and Garrett smells it, and he's like, he recognizes it right away.
Oh, yeah, he clocked it immediately.
Yeah.
He definitely looks like a guy that knew his fragrances.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least like the cool going out ones. Do you have any colognes? You wear cologne?
Once in a while, just Clinique happy for men.
That's right. We've talked about this.
Right.
But anyway, so where are we at? So the kids, he's in Garrett's store. Henry goes to school and meets the principal, Jennifer Coolidge. Vice principal Marlene, who's played by Jennifer Coolidge, who is fantastic, and I think she's the best, and I love her.
Was she drunk the whole time? Like,
No, that's just her personality.
that's just the way she's supposed to look. All right.
That's how she is in all the Christopher Guest movies, like Best in Show.
Oh, right. Okay.
She lives in that universe, and she was in a recent season of that really big show. Not Only Murders in the Building, The White Lotus, one of those two.
Right. No, I've never seen either.
Me neither. But she's fantastic. She says, I'm recently divorced. And then she follows it up with a line that, I don't know, man. She says like the most awful things in a tone that's not sad, but you feel sad.
Like, we stayed together for the dogs.
Yeah, she's like, I expected it to hurt a lot more than it does. I was like, God damn, dude. So she made me laugh. Like, she was great.
Yeah. she's a great
I think
character.
that's a character that's in there for the adults. That's one of those.
Right.
And Henry crushes this school project where he creates these rocket things. And then the problem is he accidentally blows up Chuggy's, which is a potato chip factory where his sister had just been hired as like head of social media marketing or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But the thing is, I don't know, Henry rubs me the wrong way right out the gate.
Really?
Yeah, I just really don't like him. And he's like, just the way he talks, like, yeah, I can make a fucking rocket. The math is sound. And
I feel like that's a kid now, like an archetype kid, the smart nerd, because we had those in the Ghostbuster movies, the kid with the glasses.
Yeah, he reminded me of that guy.
So I'm like, is this like a type now? Like smart, capable nerd that knows how to get stuff done?
Yeah, it must be.
But like doesn't understand people really, Like, I don't know, maybe. We'll have to
I love how the one bully right here is like, my dad said math's been debunked.
I didn't get that one. That's awesome. The bullies are great shit bullies. They remind me of the stupid bullies in Bottoms. Like that, the ones that were just in the football jerseys all the time. You just watch Bottoms. It's a great movie.
Have to.
So they blow up Chuggy's. Jennifer Coolidge is there talking to him, saying like, this is bad. We might have to expel you, Henry. And he panics and calls Jason Momoa and is like, hey, I know I just like fucking met you, but can you pretend to be my guardian? And Momoa's like, yeah, absolutely.
He's like, I don't know. He's like, I got $26. He's like, yep.
That's right. $26 is what really brought him out there. I forgot about that. Good call. So he picks up the kid. They're leaving. Jennifer Coolidge comes out, hits on Jason Momoa hard.
Oh, yeah.
And it is extremely funny. And I just like her going, oh, it's you. Oh, yeah, the trash man. And then he's like, it's actually the garbage man, which was a great correction. But then she hits on him. I forget what she says. I don't know if you wrote it down, but
no, fuck.
She said something like, you can trash my garbage and bring it to the curb anytime or something like that.
It was something really bad. Yeah.
And I just love, he's just staring at her like it feels like she's bombing and like embarrassing herself. And it's so sad. And then there's just a pause. And Jason Momoa just says, the man who divorced you is an idiot. And then puts on his glasses and drives away. It was awesome. And then I assumed that would be the end of Jennifer Coolidge in the movie, but
No.
No, we'll get back to her. But they go to the store. They put the orb together. They find the door and the mine shaft. And then Natalie and Dawn are looking for Henry. They can't find him. And they head to the mine shaft as well for some reason. I forget why they go there.
I think they tracked his phone.
Something. Yeah, there was a reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're all in the mine shaft where the portal is. They put the orb together in the store. And then, oh, that's right. They put the orb together and the orb guided them to where it was. So they pop through and they're in the overworld now. Natalie and Dawn are there. We got Jason Momoa and Henry. So the four of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they keep going on. And I just have here that they're in, we cut to Malgosha's world and they are either intuitive or something, or they realize the orb is back. Like the orb is back in overworld.
Yeah, she gets like a ghost orb just appears and she's like, oh my God, it's back. We got to go get it.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what that meant.
No.
But she confronts Steve, who's still in captivity. And she's like, all right, you have to go get it for me and don't do anything stupid or
we're going to kill Dennis.
We're going to kill Dennis. So Momoa tries to talk to a pig. I have that written here. Darkness falls. The creepers come, or the skeleton guys. They're not creepers. Creepers are the green dudes.
Yeah. Creepers are green. There's skeletons and there's zombies.
Are those all game appropriate? They're in the game?
Yeah. Even the skeletons that ride the spiders and shit. And if you noticed, some of them had glowing purple bows. Those were the ones that shot fireballs because they were enchanted bows.
Okay, so explain this to me. I thought I knew what Minecraft was. I don't think I do.
Okay.
So you build things.
Right.
You build whatever you want. You
Yeah,
got blank canvas here.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to build something where your character can get some shelter in at night. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Right.
Like is that an immediate death, or can you just keep running the whole time? Or
Well, you can keep running. I mean, if you're powerful enough to outrun all the enemies or kill them all until sun comes up and kills all the zombies.
Gotcha. So there's a way to get yourself powered up to fight these things at night where it's no big deal.
Right.
Okay, I'm putting this together now.
Yeah,
but
you can make bows and arrows and all that shit.
Okay. So and swords. I've seen plenty of swords.
Yeah, shields, armor, all that jazz.
So then the creepers show up and they actually like can blow up and one gets Momoa and just like rips apart a pig. It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But in this sequence where they are clearly a threat to the group, Henry just figures out how to build things here. Like fast.
Yeah, he just runs into a tree and he's like, oh my God, I get it.
He's like, oh, I get it. And then he punches the wood and then it becomes another wood block for his inventory and he takes it and then he just throws his arms towards the ground. It becomes wood blocks. They're building blocks.
Yep.
They're making, I don't know how he put it together so fast because I don't think Steve picked it up right away.
No, I don't think so either.
So they get into this makeshift castle tower, whatever you want to call it. It's a huge action sequence. They break down a door and pull Momoa in and they get cornered. And they're about to die, and then out of nowhere, Steve shows up.
Oh, thank God.
And he starts kicking the shit out of everybody, which I guess makes sense because he'd be so high level.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
And he does the line. He goes, I am Steve.
Yeah.
That means something in Minecraft world.
Yeah, apparently kids love a reference they understand. It's like, I know who Steve is. Yeah, let's go. That's the player.
Yeah, like this took over movie theaters and people were hooting and hollering and cheering during screenings.
Yeah. Kids made it like their own Rocky Horror.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Yeah, I don't know why they picked this, but you know, what do I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so we'll just keep going. Momoa, everybody, Jack Black, they agree to work together. Steve says he can get them home. But, you know, once I get you home, you got to give me the orb. And Henry's like, what do you want with it? He's like, none of your fucking business what I want with it. You want to go home or not?
Right? Yeah. Oh, during the fight, the crystal that holds the orb was broken.
Oh, that happened here already?
Yeah.
Okay, so they only have one piece of the orb that makes the door open.
Right.
So we cut back to real world, and Jennifer Coolidge is driving around, and her car hits one of the villagers.
Yeah. He wandered in the portal door.
Wandered in the portal door, went to the real world. Jennifer Coolidge hits him with the car, and she goes, everyone wants to sue me when I hit them with my Jeep Grand Cherokee.
How much did Jeep pay for that?
I hope nothing. I hope she just brought him out, just laid him out to dry, because that was fucking hilarious. Oh, not again. Like she said something like that.
Yeah. Like everyone wants to sue me.
She's like, let's go to dinner. How about take you to dinner? And she sees him and starts falling in love. But then we go back to the gang in Minecraft world who is arriving at Middort,
What?
the village.
Oh, okay.
And this is where I saw the big head dude and I was like, oh, that's what a big head dude is. He's a villager.
Right.
And then we get the Steve's Lava Chicken song, which
Unnecessary.
I'm really confused because he starts singing, the music starts happening. I'm like, oh shit, we're getting into a musical number. And then it just doesn't happen. Then the song stops.
Yeah. It's just
I'm like, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah. It's his commercial for the lava chicken.
It's like a 20-second jingle. I thought they were going to bust into like a real song and dance, and that was kind of disappointing.
Nah, I was okay with.
You're okay? So Steve shows them the crafting table, and they make blades and stuff and bucket chuckets, which I assume are in the game.
I don't know about a bucket chucket.
I bet they are now. I bet they're in the game now.
Yeah, they should be if they weren't.
And Momoa makes a little side deal with Steve. He's like, hey, you know, when we get there, you said there's a bunch of diamonds and I need some of those diamonds. So you give me the diamonds, I'll hand over the orb.
Right.
And Steve's like, whatever will be there. There'll be diamonds. Who cares? You can grab whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Because they're going to a woodland mansion to
Yes,
find
that's
a new
correct.
earth crystal.
Because that's the part that broke.
Yeah. And woodland mansions are real. They're very rare.
Oh, yeah?
Of all the times I've played, I've only seen 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they?
They're huge buildings just in the middle of the woods with these Vindicator guys and all these enemies that are fucking
Are there
hard.
like treasures and shit in it?
Yeah. There's like that room that the kid gets to, like the treasure room, and just chests full of shit.
So they're worth fighting your way through if you can.
Yeah, definitely if you find one.
Interesting. Okay. I had no idea. I should have noticed that. But anyway, so the pig monster guys invade the village. Steve explains they're piglets. There's this, it's a huge fight scene. Like the villagers are running and scrambling and buildings are fucking exploding. And the robot sentries come in and start helping out the villagers and start slapping people around, which is fun.
That's real too.
I assume they had to be.
Yeah.
And this is also the moment where Jack Black and Jason Momoa and Henry, they kind of get split up with Natalie and Dawn.
Right.
And they fly away on these wingsuits.
Yep, the Electra.
Is that real? Is that in the game?
That is. The only way to get it is to beat the Ender Dragon and go to an Ender city,
which he mentioned.
right? They're very rare. I never used them because I was always afraid I'd die with it and lose it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah, he
something
said,
to put
like-
on my wall.
Gotcha. Yeah, he had said like, no big deal. I just had to fight an Ender Dragon to get those or something like that when he gives away the 2 of them. He's like, oh shit, I thought I had 3. Oh no. And he jumps and then starts riding Jason Momoa.
Yeah, it's a very, very childish
It's
exchange
goofy.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super goofy. It's sexy as hell. It's, it's a lot of stuff. But I just, they're trying to fly and he's like, you got to keep it steady. And he goes, sorry, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, because why would he? He's never flown on one of these.
How do you fly with wings, man? I've never done it.
And then we get to the dinner, seeing Jennifer Coolidge at the dinner with this guy who I guess is mute. Like, they don't speak, I suppose.
They just do that weird sound that he's doing. Like,
Yeah, and she's just giggling. She's like, you have way more personality than my ex-husband. Which is very funny.
because her ex-husband has a lot of personality because he's the art teacher in the beginning.
Who I swear I knew that voice.
Yeah.
Like, it sounded so familiar. I'm like, this is clearly like probably like a voice actor or something like that. The
Right.
guy's name is Hiram Garcia, and he has never been in anything else.
I liked him in this.
I thought he was great.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just who he is, and it was the perfect role for the perfect man, and they just found each other. Maybe.
Yeah, could have been.
I want to believe in miracles. So I want to believe that happened. But he was fantastic. Shout out to Mr. Garcia, or however you identify. Shout out to Hiram Garcia. Kicking ass. Great job. So then we got back to Danielle and Natalie. They're bros now, walking around at night. And somehow, like, I keep saying Danielle, but Dawn and Natalie. And somehow Dawn just is like, oh, these dogs look really mean, but wait a minute here. And she figures out she can be friends with them.
Yeah, that's like the same thing that happened to Steve in the beginning. He just happened to find a bone on the ground and gave it to him.
And then she's like, wait, you're Dennis. Are you Steve's Dennis? And the dog's like, oh, yeah, that's me. I'm Dennis. And I just even wrote in my notes, like, how convenient. Like, this is...
Right? How did he become a wolf again?
I don't know. Is that what Malgosha was threatening him with? Like, we're going to turn Dennis again, or...
Yeah, I have no idea. I thought that was just all empty threats because she just happened to have his collar or whatever.
That's what I thought too, because she'd never had Dennis. We had never have any idea what happened to Dennis after he dropped off the orb.
No, he was just in the real world for a while, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Weird.
Anyhoodles. We get the minecart scene, which is silly and expected, I suppose. I should have seen a minecart chase coming in this movie.
Yeah, for real.
And I think it was fine. And I thought it was really gnarly at the end when the creeper blew up the entire mountain and all those enemies that were chasing you.
Yeah, really.
Like, it was gnarly. A lot of them died. They're dead now.
I'd
They're in a
assume
mountain.
so, right?
They're not coming back.
They're just pigmen, man.
And then at the end of this, they get to the mansion, and Henry sneaks in, and his job is to sneak in and steal the orb, while Jason Momoa and Jack Black are like, we gotta distract him somehow. I know how, and they hard cut to them like playing instruments and dancing and singing.
Yeah, something
And
about a
just being
birthday suit.
Huge goofballs.
Yeah, there's a whole little section in there when they get the diamonds, and then Garrett fesses up. He's like, look, I'm a fucking loser, all right? I needed money. And you kind of make it look like, oh, okay, now they're not going to trust him or like him for a while. But it didn't do anything to the story, really.
No, they're like, nah, it's fine.
They're like, oh, okay, sucks to be you. I guess we needed to get some diamonds for you.
Yeah, Henry was mad at first, and he's like, you're so selfish, like, for doing that and threatening the group or whatever. And then eventually he's like, well, what? I had nothing else, like, nothing to lose. So fuck it, I did it.
Yeah. He's
He
like,
didn't say fuck it, I did it, but,
He's like, oh, my sister could be dead now. She could be at the mansion, be in some trouble.
Garrett isn't what we would call a forward thinker.
No, not at all.
So it's not I mean, I'm sure he never I totally believe he never intended to like hurt Natalie or Dawn.
No, there's no malice. He was just looking out, just like, hey, if I could make some money, might as well.
Well, he probably just didn't think about it. Like,
No.
he's just like, nothing's going to happen. Whatever. Stop it.
Yeah.
So somehow they find, well, not somehow, they find Henry sneaking around, and then they come in and they get Momoa and Jack Black, and they put him in some kind of zombie child fight club.
Yeah, that was weird.
Is this a reference to something that makes more sense in context?
No, just those gray guys, the Vindicators, are just the enemies in the mansions, but there's not like a fucking ring in there or anything.
I just wrote like, what the fuck is really happening right now? That's the first note I made. And the second one is, this shit is always going down at the mansion, really? Like, anytime they catch people, like, oh, we gotta fight tonight, boys. Woo! Let's get them down in the ring.
Yeah,
Like, what reality is this?
Fight a little kid zombie on a chicken.
Yeah, we're gonna mess them up. We're gonna mess up the drifters we found. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So anyway, Henry eventually finds the orb in this massive storage room. He was looking the whole time, but there was a lot of places to look.
Yeah, every time he opened the chest, I was like, oh, that's a reference. Oh, a golden apple, that's a reference.
Yeah, I definitely figured these were things in the game or shout outs. And oh boy. So Henry finds the orb, and then one of those things show up, the Eldamans.
The Endermen.
Endermen?
Yeah.
And
scary fuckers.
they're like, hey, whatever happens, don't look at him in the eyes. And Henry looks just right at it and starts getting spooky hallucinations. And we're gonna park here for a second.
Okay.
Because I watched this sequence, and you know what I thought of?
No.
The fucking crazy tunnel sequence in Willy Wonka,
Okay.
which made me think of the fucking shocking claymation monster of Large Marge in Pee-wee's Great Adventure. It was that what we saw in a Minecraft movie was that horrific moment for a whole generation.
You think?
I think so. I think that was their like, oh, this is too scary, but like for little kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it was pretty, like, everyone he knew was just being really mean and nasty
Mean and
to
creepy
him. Yeah.
and like talking weird. And I just saw it and I'm watching it and I'm like, this is kind of like, I'm getting the vibe. This is creepy. And I'm an adult. Like, this is that moment. This is the Wonka tunnel moment where it scarred some kids.
I could see
Especially
that.
the fucking chicken head when they just cut off a chicken's head during that. Forget about that.
I don't know. It kind of made me laugh the way just like Jason Momoa just looking at the book and he's like, this is all just stupid stuff or whatever. They're all just making fun of the poor kid for his creativeness, and I don't know.
So then the three of them get out. They leave. They get out. Mogosha shows up and confronts them. Kind of just takes the orb, just with her. It like comes to the staff she had, I think.
Yeah, just sucks it right out of the bag.
Intuitively, they had opened the portal, but then it got sucked up. And she takes the orb and she's like, okay, everybody just, kill them. That'd be great. And then this is the big Garrett moment. This is the sack move.
Yeah, this is his redemption arc. That is 5 minutes ago.
From 5 minutes ago, yes. The arc's there. It just happens real fast in parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, long story short, they have to get off this bridge through these floating, I guess, weather balloon type things.
They're ghasts.
Oh, they're a thing? They're a thing in the game.
Like
of course they are.
Giant ghosts that shoot explosives.
Giant ghosts that shoot explosives, so you can have dog fights in this universe.
Right.
Tight. So Jack Black and Henry get on one. It's too far away. Garrett can't get to it. Garrett's like, no, man, just go. Just go. And then he says, fucking, oh my God, these last words. He says, keep it metal, keep it heavy.
They tell my story in song.
Real instruments. That's what he says. And fucking, then he sack moves and the bridge blows up. And even in my notes, I wrote, he'll be back. Like, there's no way.
They're not killing a main character in a kid's movie.
No way. It's not happening. So it knocks out, or Steve and Henry get away. They get kind of in like a chase, and they both have to jump on one. They crash land basically, and they get knocked out.
Right.
The very big action sequences in this movie.
They were, but they didn't have any real gravity to them because you knew they were all just going to be fine.
There was a element of cartooniness to them.
Yeah.
Which, like, it was just enough to make me never really feel like anyone was in danger. Which, for a kid's movie, I guess.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Especially not a video game.
Yeah, and some of these fights, like, dude, there was one, I forget if I marked it on this, but there was definitely one fight where, I think it was the end fight or close to the end, when he has the tater tot gun and Natalie has the sword and he's turning and shooting and she's swinging the sword. And I just focused on them and the motions they were making.
Yeah.
And it looked so bad. Like, it looked rough, dude.
It really does. It's all the animation that just makes it look decent.
Well, the animation, it takes your eye. Like you
Yeah.
start looking at the animation, you look at them as hard and you don't notice it. But it was rough. Anyway, we'll keep moving on. We got so much more of this. Steve wakes up from being knocked out to Dennis licking him, and he's like, "Oh, it's Dennis!" And he's so thrilled to be reunited with Dennis. Danielle, I have her name written as Danielle in all my notes. Dawn and Nat had found them because they had the idea to meet them at the mansion, and they found Dennis, and Dennis led them there.
Right. But they stopped.
I don't know.
and
I
made
might
a-
have skipped over that part, but that did happen.
Yeah. They stopped and made a house out of a mushroom.
Yes. So it's a pretty cute mushroom house too. Is
Yeah,
a
it was
mushroom
nice.
house a thing, or is just
Well, you can make one if you want. Yeah.
showcasing creativity?
Right.
And then they talk here a bunch, and Steve mentions the Great Darkening, which actually then gets started immediately. And JB is like, "Hey, we got to get the orb." And everyone's like, "I want to go home." And then he's like, "Well, you got to help me get the orb. What the heck? They're going to come for your world if we don't stop them now."
Plus, you can't get home without the orb.
Plus, they can't get home without it. So they're like, "You got to do it." And he's like, "Are you guys in?" And they're like, "You know what? The hell with it. Let's do it. Let's go kick some ass. I'm so tired of this." Which is not a thing you usually see as much. Usually it's like, "Oh, the fight's coming to us.
Right.
We're going to get through this." Some characters make it, some don't. And in this, it's just like, "Yeah, let's go attack them. Let's get them."
Yeah.
Then there's another montage of them mining and crafting the things for their plans.
I like that when they did the 3, 2, 1 cheer, and they all said different things. And he's like, whoa, what were we supposed to say there? That was actually funny.
So did you, as someone who's played Minecraft, would you call yourself a fan?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Okay. As a fan of Minecraft, do you feel like this montage was like too fan servicey, or were you like, "Nah, it's fun. It's what we're here for. It's good."
It was fine. Yeah, I don't think it was too fan servicey at all. But
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know the references, so I don't know if it was fan servicey. I assumed it was.
Well, yeah, they're just getting a bunch of iron to make the golems.
And they had like the crafting table that looks like the menu thing,
Yeah,
so
the actual crafting table. Right.
yeah, at least I put that together.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. You're like, oh, what are they doing with? Oh, they're making golems. I get it.
And they make a bunch of big robots. They have this whole plan, right?
Yeah.
So then they go, "All right, we're ready. Let's go save the overworld." They crafted a robot army to go after the pigs, which, they walk in there, they just start slapping pigs around. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had no problem just killing pigs.
Yeah, not at all. And they enchanted one with some rocket boots
Yeah, that's a weird thing, but yeah, sure.
so it can fly and punch. It's pretty sick.
It was
so
pretty sick.
the kids sword fight, and they use the tater tot gun, and this is where I was like, it looks real bad. This is the moment
Yeah, yeah.
for your next rewatch, which I'm sure will be probably later today,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it
Okay.
after this.
just to decompress from talking about it for an hour. All right. So they get through. Henry gets to the top of this thing. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of fight sequences, a lot of people moving pieces on the board. I kind of got lazy with my notes here, but eventually Henry gets to the top. He's trying to reach the thing. He falls from the sky, and out of nowhere, on one of those flying ghosts that shoot cannon things, Garrett shows up and saves him, because of course he does.
Why wouldn't he? Yeah, right before he was about to get shot in midair by the giant Frankenstein pig guy that Malgolja made.
Yeah, while he was falling, they had perfectly lined up a shot to blow him up before he impacted the ground. Little overkill, if you ask me. But
Right.
either way, Garrett pulls through, sends him, and now Garrett is all in. He's like, "I was so selfish, but now I'm here. Let's get him." Roar. And they blow up the darkness statue, and this, I don't know if it kills the piglets or it definitely pisses them off. They start turning green and growing like moss or something on them.
They turn into zombified pigmen.
Oh no, what is that? What does that mean?
They just turn into zombie pigmen and they just wander around.
So they're more like zombies?
Yeah, the pigmen won't really hurt you in the game unless you fuck with them or
I don't
steal
know
their
why,
gold.
but I expected that to be more ruthless. Anyway, so the orb falls to the ground. Nat grabs it. The piglets are dying horrible, or turning into zombies. It's very sad. They're very pissed off and screaming. And Henry, Nat, well, okay. So I skipped over it, but there's the moment where Margosha tries to stab Steve. And they blow up the darkness statue, and this, I don't know if it kills the piglets or it definitely pisses them off. They turn into zombified pigmen. So they
Steve bests her in a battle, and then
Yeah, it's very and she's turning into a zombie as well. Like he's beating her, and
yeah,
it was fine. It was a funny moment for the end. It was a good bit. I'm not going to ruin it, but basically he's like, "Don't pull a knife. I won't." Wah! Oh, you just did. You just did pull the knife.
It's
It
a
was
joke
cute.
for kids to
I
laugh
know, it was
at.
cute.
Yeah.
I let it go. I was like, if I butt into now, we got to let.
Yeah,
So anyway,
right.
eventually, Henry, Nat, Danielle, Garrett, and Steve are at the gate. They're all going back. Steve's like, I got to stay here. I got to do this. And they're like, I don't know. It's more kick-ass out there, where you have a life. And he's like, all right, I'm going. So he leaves too. So they all head back to, I guess, reality, our world. And there's the dentist song here where they start singing the dentist song. And I wrote in my notes, come on, just finish this. And I guess in this new reality, Steve and Garrett work together at the store. And this whole group is making like a custom game cabinet and just fucking jamming rad songs all day at their store. And I'm like, you know what? Sounds like a rad as hell life, if you ask me.
Yeah, they make a hit game and they got nothing to worry about financially anymore.
So they just get to sell 80s electronics and fucking jam on a guitar all day.
Make actual jetpacks that work.
Yep.
Natalie
That's
starts
right. Henry
herself-
flies to school with a real working jetpack just to say, fuck you, bully.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
But that's it. That's the whole movie.
Oh, well, we get to see the vice principal and the villager in love one last time.
Do we? I don't remember if I saw that.
It was during the credits. There's like two minutes of credits, and then there's this scene where they're in her office, and they're talking to her ex-husband shows up, and they're like, we're in love. We just met him last night. And the villager starts talking. He has fucking, that guy from Flight of the Conchords from This Flag Means Death.
Yeah, he's the guy that did the Clement.
No, not him. The
other one? The one I don't know?
No. It's the other guy.
No, the one I do know?
Their manager.
Jermaine Clement is in this, and so is Brett McKenzie.
Oh, is he?
He's for the Nitwit on-set performer.
No, what the fuck is their manager's name? He's in it.
Flight of the Conchords manager? I never watched Flight of the Conchords.
Well, he was in that Our Flag Means Death or whatever. The main pirate guy.
Oh, Taika Walk.
No.
The other guy. The main pirate guy. The gentleman pirate.
Yeah. What the fuck? All right. 1 second.
Rise Darby?
That's it. Yeah. He's the voice of the villager at the end, I think. And he's
Steve Bonnet? Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that took a long time, and that did not feel satisfying.
No, because after he said it, I'm like, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it just sounded like him.
Well, it was such a bummer. That show, not to get into Our Flag Means Death too much, but I was, my wife and I went on a little weekend trip before the baby. We went to Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And it's famous for being the town where Steve Bonnet was arrested.
Oh, really?
If there was a third season of Our Flag Means Death, the whole thing would have taken place in Charleston.
Interesting.
Which I thought, I didn't know that was like a pirate play. Also, native palm trees. Because, it's the Palmetto State, right?
What?
Yeah, so just seeing palm trees in the wild in the climate where they're supposed to be is a trip, man.
That's
You're like, holy shit, this is the same country.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's pretty cool, though.
Good.
But anyway, that's all I had to say about Our Flag Means Death. Anyway, Minecraft movie. Better than I thought it was going to be. I was more entertained than I thought it would be, but I still felt at times like I was over it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on. Or, oh, can we just move on with this fight scene? Something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that got me. Like the fight scenes didn't need to be 5-10 minutes even. It was unnecessary.
Yeah, the action sequences felt too long. And this is the thing too, and it's a hard thing to kind of do in a movie where, you take your group of characters. There's 5 of them in this, right? Steve,
Yeah.
Natalie, Henry, what's her name? Not
Dawn.
Danielle.
Dawn.
And Garrett. So you have this group of 5 and you have this crazy huge thing, which is the village getting taken over. So you have this event and you have these characters in this event, but the pacing is hard because you need to make it feel like both of them are in danger at the same time. And if you focus on one for too long, you'll be like, what the heck happened to that other group? They were also in the middle of this crazy scenario. And then you cut
Right.
back to them and they're just leaving one area and you're like, oh, what this doesn't make sense. It's been a while, like too much time has passed and all this craziness was happening at the same time. So it's hard to get that pacing to make sense. And I don't think they did a great job at it, but I also think it's really hard.
Yeah, I think they didn't think too hard about the fight scenes. They're just, all right, well, we need to have a fight here. And this is where they get split up. But why? Oh, I don't know, because they go this way, they go this way.
So do you think, honest answers only, do you think that the director, this whole thing was storyboarded exactly how the animation's supposed to go, exactly how people are supposed to move? Or do you feel like they got on set and they're going to be like, I don't know, pretend fight, nothing. Do you need something to hit? All right, here's a broomstick. Just hit the broomstick. And they just improvised the whole thing, and they worked the animation in around it.
I think it was partly improvised, but they were definitely like, you're going to have a shovel, she's going to have a hoe, and that's what you're going to start swinging around, hitting stuff with.
Yeah, I like that moment where Dawn and Nat are bonding, and they're walking through at night, and they're like kind of in sync about like stabbing and killing and who's going to get which zombie.
They're all like nonchalant about it, too.
Yeah, like that was definitely entirely choreographed.
Yeah.
But like that final sequence where I said it looked really rough with the kids, the Natalie with a sword, Henry with the tater gun, and they're both shooting and swinging. It looks real bad. And I think moments like that where they're like, oh, whatever, we'll just cut to you for like a second.
Yeah, probably. They're probably just like, yeah, it's going to look silly when you're doing it. And then the animator's just going to fill in the blanks anyway. So,
I mean, it's got to be tough, right? Like, I've never acted really in any way.
Right.
It seems very difficult, but I don't know. Like,
they had to make some. I don't know. They made the swords and shit.
I think those were physical.
Yeah, I assume they had maybe some trees and stuff just to make it look more real. Sometimes,
like, give them a space to actually act in.
Yeah,
but it's got to be so hard to just, because actors always talk about how getting in the role and they get in like the costume and they're like, oh, this is who this character is. Okay. And, you know, it's kind of like it's not just being in the mindset and saying, I'm going to talk like this. It's feeling everything with the character. And
yeah.
I mean, if someone makes a set look like a 19th century New Orleans loft, and then you walk in and it's like, holy shit, this is a 19th century New Orleans. Like, I walked back in time. It's going to help you get in the role. And when you have a green screen, it's like, do I just imagine everything in my head, or
yeah,
how do I flail around?
How
like,
you do that?
It's got to be rough.
Like, especially like Marvel movies and shit. Like, that's 99% just in front of a green screen. So
yeah. I think that's definitely harder than people think it is.
Yeah, to make anybody convinced of your acting at all. Like,
yeah, or like you're supposed to, it's a shot of you like looking down on you as you're terrified from this horrible monster. And it's just someone looking up at the camera. They're like, all right, be horrified.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to put this green ball in your face. Whoa.
Yeah, make it look convincing. Make it look good, actor. Make it look real. So that's got to be hard. But in all fairness, to tie it together, I think the cast was really good. I mean, I think Momoa and Jack Black were 100% all in, and I don't think the movie works if they aren't like that.
No, yeah, because there's some scenes where I'm like, really? Why? But then you're like, oh, well, you're a professional actor, so I guess you got to just do it. Like when they were just jamming out at the end with their song.
It's so weird to see Jason Momoa as like that big tough guy from fucking Game of Thrones and then see him in this.
Yeah, right.
It's a very dichotomy is the word we're looking at.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. He's better than people think he is. And I think Jack Black, I feel like when you cast Jack Black, you're just getting Jack Black, like the person. And everyone's like, you know what? That's fine because I like Jack Black.
Yeah, but I can't help but think they did it wrong here, though. I don't know who could have done it better, but why Jack Black? Just for the songs and shit?
I think it's because
goofiness.
He has a wide appeal.
Right.
Everyone knows who he is, like Kung Fu Panda, like all those movies.
Fair.
They saw him doing press. They know he's this weird, crazy ball of energy. And they're like, you know what? It's the Minecraft movie. Like,
right.
We have no idea what it's going to end up as, but we can throw a bunch of fun at it and hope that works. So fuck it. Jack Black it is.
Yeah, I guess he does work for it just because he just does goofy ass shit. And you're like, all right, we'll keep that in.
Yeah, that's what it is, though, right? Like, that's the movie. It's just goofy shit. I think that, I mean, it absolutely, it worked as a kid's movie. Like, the stakes were fine for a kid's movie.
Yeah.
They felt real enough. Obviously, you know, as adults, as us watching it, we're like, well, clearly Garrett's not dead. He's going to come back. But a kid wouldn't automatically know that.
No.
So I think it works for its intended audience, but I think if you tweak it like a little bit and make it a young adult movie, it could really have something.
Yeah, if you put any type of gravity to it at all. Like,
Yeah.
they might not do this. But the whole time you're like, well, of course they're going to get back to the real world. It's a fucking kid. Like,
yeah, exactly. And it never felt like we just talked about, it never felt like anyone was really in danger.
yeah.
Even at the end when he was falling from the sky, it's like, well, someone's going to grab him. Like, they're not going to let the movie end like this. That'd be so sad. Like, you knew,
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. What credits right there as he smashed in the ground. Credits. But it was, fine. It was, I'm not in any rush to really rewatch it.
No.
There are other like young adult or kids movies I'd much rather watch than this. But
Right.
if my kid one day finds it on the TV, I'll be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it's good enough.
It's good enough. It doesn't make me want to play Minecraft though.
Kind of made me want to play it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's been a while. Maybe 2 years yet.
2 years? You haven't played in 2 years?
Yeah.
Is it something you just come back to here every now and again?
Yeah, because they keep adding shit to it. So, like, I'll be like, oh, I'll go check it out because they just added new fucking cave monsters and stuff. I'm like, maybe I'll play it again, check it out, see if I can find any of them.
Is it still a big thing online?
I don't know. I assume this kind of made it blow up again with little kids, but I assume it's all just like little kids or people who play just the creative thing, just to build stuff and not just.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best selling game of all time, I think. It's like 80 million copies or something crazy.
Right.
And it's kind of hopeful that people, they want to buy and play the game where they get to build whatever they want.
Yeah. And then there's some people who are like, well, I'm going to try to beat it on hardcore. You get one life. You die, it's over. You lose your whole fucking world.
And you got to start over.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm sure there are people who have started over like 50 times.
I'm sure there's people who just walk in and just fell in a hole and they're like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, or they didn't understand the buttons as well and they dug themselves in a hole and are like, I'm not playing this game. Like, this is it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wild.
But I guess I'm not opposed to playing it. It's just never seemed like something I would like.
It seems like if you don't know anything going into it, there's a lot to learn, like how to build anything.
Is that because they've added so much stuff as time goes on, or is that how it's always been? It's just always been like, hasn't really held your hand.
That's how it's always been.
Okay. I'm just curious now.
I wonder if, I don't know if they did put a recipe book in. I'm pretty sure they did something like that. That could show you what you can make with your stuff now, but I don't
So
fucking
what?
know.
So before that, you just guessed?
Yeah, you guessed. You
Or
looked
looked
online.
it up online? That kind of sucks because it basically forces you to look it up online.
Yeah, because you're like, how the fuck did you build that? Oh my God, really? You can make chain link? You can make a fucking cage?
How do you do that? It's like a chicken skull, two marbles, and
Yeah,
8
right.
pieces of wood.
Exactly. Maybe there is a fucking orb of dominance. I just never made it. I don't
Maybe you just didn't. It's just so rare you haven't found any.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve was down there for a while, so
Yeah,
it
for
could take
years.
a while. Man, I don't know. Do you age in Minecraft world? Because Steve didn't look like he aged today, but Jack Black hasn't looked like he's aged in the last 20 years either.
Yeah, for real, man. Did you ever watch? You got to go back and watch Mr. Show. There's an episode where Jack Black does they do a musical version of that stupid joke where you go to a farmer's house and he's like, don't stick your dick in the 3 holes.
Okay.
They make a whole musical about it. You should see him. He looks so young there. It's wild.
I was gonna say my example of young Jack Black was gonna be Orange County,
Oh yeah, yeah. Or even fucking
2002.
the Cable Guy.
Cable Guy, yeah, or fucking High Fidelity, using that
Right.
right around that time as well, or
He's been around for a fucking while, man.
he's Biodome, baby, and then Kyle Gasser in that. We just need you to save the trees, something like that. I don't know why I remember that. But I don't have anything wrong with Jack Black.
No, I like him. He's done a lot of good shit I like. And then this
Yeah.
weird shit, I don't know. Why wouldn't you do the Minecraft movie if you were offered?
I mean, at this point, I don't think he has any need whatsoever for any money. So I think he can really do whatever he feels like is going to be the most fun to do.
Yeah.
And it that wouldn't surprise me if that's how Jack Black picks movies right now. And if the Minecraft team's like, I don't know what we're doing, let's have some fun, he'd probably be like, awesome.
Yeah. Do I got to be goofy? Fucking let's do it.
I get to be goofy. Can I pitch ideas? They're like, yeah, we got nothing. Like, great, sold.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I'm not in a rush to watch it again.
Same.
Momoa and Jack Black I didn't think would work, but they do well enough. I thought Jack Black's character of Steve felt more like a human, like felt more like just an upbeat dude.
Right.
And I felt like Garrett Garrison, Momoa, was playing more of like a cartoon character.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, he's got like the WrestleMania fringe on the jacket.
I know, that was a pretty sick jacket, though.
The whole movie he wore that thing.
Yeah, I know.
The whole movie, a pink fringe as hell, wild, like Randy Macho Man Savage style jacket.
He gets a regular denim one at the end when they're jamming out on stage, but yeah.
Crazy wardrobe decision, but sure.
Yeah, I thought it worked out. It was good. I'd give it like straight down the center, maybe a 5 out of 10.
It's certainly not the worst video game movie we've watched.
No.
Like, not even close. But I think it has enough heart and genuineness to it to, like, not really be a cult classic. Like, I feel like this is going to be one people just straight up forget about.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, 5 years from now, everybody will be like, do you remember the Minecraft? Oh, yeah, we had a bunch of fun when that came out. I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah, it's like my kids loved it. We saw it in the theater once.
Yeah.
They screamed chicken jockey, and then that was it.
We got burgers after. It was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to be on record as saying I believe that is a horrific horror moment for a whole generation of the Enderman hypnosis trick.
I hope so.
I think it is. It just felt like it.
It was kind of creepy.
We're going to start seeing like podcasts 20 years from now with like 30-year-olds being like, oh my God, then I went to the Minecraft movie with my dad. And that scared the shit out of me when I saw that.
Yeah. I was having such a good time, and then we had to leave early because of the Enderman scene.
Yeah, the Enderman scene, I pissed my pants. My brother was screaming. We had to leave. I'm telling you, it's the moment.
All right,
But, well, we got nothing else to say. If they want, people out there wanted to send us an email with all their fan theories about what a Minecraft movie was really about, where would they send that email to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, you send that to plottytime@gmail.com, and I'd love to hear what this movie was really about.
Absolutely. And if they want to get to us faster on the socials, where would they do that?
Blue Sky, maybe. Reddit, definitely.
Go to our YouTube, like, subscribe. It really helps us out. Yeah, just search Plotty Time. And then it's going to ask you, did you mean Plotly Time? Say, no, I didn't.
No.
I meant Plotty Time.
Yeah.
And then you'll find us. That about does it for us. So, as always, shout out to Sandman, Drago the Slago, Gamers Little Playground, I Am Panax, and Luis Guzman. Trust all reputable scientists. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.